Hi guys, Crafty Crystal here. Today we're talking thermals, and we got 3 different versions of the same thermal. This is a single wide. It's got the front post, and it's got the single crochet in back. So you have one smoother side that could be used for the inside of a purse, for a hat, for tops of shoes. Okay. Now this is a double wide. And while one side's doing the front post, the back side is doing a half double. Then when the back side is doing a double post, the front side is doing a half double. But each of them gets covered by the front post that comes after. So you don't see any of the half doubles. You see the front post on both sides. And it's lined like this. Now this is soft, supple, thick and warm. This would be good for a warm scarf. I think it'd be great for making squares out of and making a nice warm blanket like a comforter. Boy, that would really keep you warm in the winter. Okay, that's our double wide. Now this is great for cold floors. Look at this. Look at the thickness of that. That's triple thick. We've got the half doubles in the middle, or half doubles or singles, whichever you want in the middle. This side has all the front posts, and this has all the front posts. And it's very, 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 very thick. So you have this one. Move over. You have this one. And then in between the two of them, you have this one. Okay, so 3 different thermals. One's for really cold floors. You could even make this out of plarn, put it outside for your animals so they don't have to sit on the cold cement. And that one, and that one. Okay, this is what we're doing today. Now the yarn I'm doing it with is a simple 4-ply worsted yarn and an eye hook, which is 5.5 millimeters. All right, we need to have a good start on this. If you're going to do a thermal, your very beginning, you have to have a loose chain. Loose, ridiculously loose chain. If you can't make a loose chain, go up 2 hook sizes bigger and still try to make it loose. Okay. Really ridiculously loose. We're talking no tension on the thread except what you need to keep it on the end of the hook. Now I know it's going to look ridiculously big, but trust me, once we go through the back and start working it, it'll be a normal sized chain. With thermals, you need lots of room. See what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Pretty good. 19 and 20. Now, see how ridiculously loose that is? It's like, this doesn't even look like it's going to hold its shape, does it? Don't worry about it. That's what you need. A normally loose chain, where am I? A normally loose chain is going to bunch in on you like this when you're doing thermal. This was a very loose chain. It wasn't this loose, but it was loose. You see how your thermal spreads out and it doesn't. It's just, it didn't have any give left to it. So you have to build in your give. Okay, now I'm going to hold on to the last one here. I'm going to go up 2. I'm going to go into the back of that stitch. I'm going to wrap, go into the back. and we're making a double, half double. You have 3 loops on your hook, like for a double, that you wrap and you pull through all 3, and that's called a half double crochet. So we're going to wrap and we're going to go to the back of each one of these. And don't be tight. Be as loose, nice and loose. Doesn't have to be as loose as the chain, but trust me, you want it loose. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go through this. Be back in a minute. Just remember, loose and relaxed. Okay, now, even when you're just going through the back loops, when you come to your very last chain, you want to wrap and you want to go through just under the front thread. Go through both of the back ones. No matter how you're doing it, always end with going through 2 of them. Get up there. What this does is it makes this last loop not big and funky looking. It makes it look like the rest of them. Okay. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now this is going to be the back of your work all the time. The back of your work is going to be a single crochet across every time. So that's all we're going to do. This is a single thickness thermal, which means it's going to be one-sided. So all your back is going to be single crochets. The first one was half double. The rest are going to be single. It really makes a difference to how you do these. If you do it tight, you're going to have you'll have a much denser but thinner and not as soft feeling fabric. Isn't that cool how we can take thread and a hook and make fabric? Lovely. Okay. Now we're going to chain 2 and turn. All right. Now here's the beginning of the thermal stitch, and I want you to look down here in the half double. You have this cross here. This cross is actually the top of the stitch. You have the shaft and you have the top. See all these little cross stitches? You have to go below those stitches, and I'll show you why. We're going to do a front post, and if I go above those, above the cross stitches sometimes, below them others, don't pay attention. I'm going to end up going around a very narrow part of the post. And it's going to leave these big holes in the bottom. See these holes? You don't want these holes. And then you have this crossbar in between. And this one I went under one and over the other. It won't be consistent if you don't pay attention to your crossbars. So we go down here under the base. Go down to the bottom of it. We're going to pull up a loop and make sure you pull it up higher than your single crochet. Okay? And wrap, pull through 2. Now we're going to go back in the stitch we just passed, pull up a loop, and go through all 3. So wrap, go down below those crossbars to the bottom, pull up a loop, make sure it's higher than the single crochet, pull through 2, going back. Now, finding the back one is easy. You've got these divots here. See these big divots, big holes? Just back up enough to see that hole and stick your hook in it. You don't have to turn it over and try to see where it's at. Pull up a loop, pull your loop up, go through 2. Here's your divot. Just go down in there. It's automatic. Go through all 3. Wrap, come down below the crossbars. Bring it up. Get through 2. Going back. There we go. Now this is a single thermal. Single thermal. You have your back stitch and you have your front. You have your top stitch. So this is a front post thermal. Okay, we're coming on the last one here. Pull it up, pull through 2, go through that back stitch, and we're going to end by wrapping and going down into the single crochet and doing a half double. Okay, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and you do single crochet all the way back. Crochet in the first one because you don't want to start losing stitches. And the key all the time for doing this is keep it loose and comfortable. You don't want something tight and hard, especially not if it's going to be a hat or a scarf. Okay, the last one, I'm going to go into the chain 2 stitch I started with, chain 2 and turn. Now we're going to wrap, going to go all the way down here, come down into our front post, pull up a loop. It's going to get easier the longer the fabric gets. Pull through 2 and a single in the back. Wrap, go down to the post, bring a loop up, bring a loop through 2, bring 1 loop forward and over. So we're front posting around the front post, bringing up our loop above our single crochet, pull a loop through both, go into that hole behind us, that divot, and pull it through all 3. See, when you do the single crochet back, you can see that each hole, the top of each stitch in the single crochet, is actually above the post below. Otherwise, you'd be doing like in between, trying to be over it. This is actually over it. Wrap, go into your front post, pull up a loop, wrap, go through 2 loops, go through your hole, pull up a loop, go through all 3. That's a really simple repeat all the way across, and then single crochet all the way back. There we go. Oh, and you can vary this endlessly. There's all kinds of things you can do to make it different. You can have a different color on each line. You can use 2 threads to make it extra thick. Isn't that pretty? This is why I said it'd be good for a hat. Got a nice solid surface inside, but it's nice and thick and warm. And it's easily adaptable to doing in the round. If you're doing a hat, when you get to the end, you just do a single crochet around once and then go back to the front post. Oh, I forgot Mom's getting up early today. Okay, I will be back. Okay, when you get to the end here, we need to put a post around the end, because if we don't, we're going to have a big swatch on the end on one side that has no post on it, and the post will be right up to the edge on the other side. So we're going to wrap, and for the very end here, we're going to go through the front 2 stitches, front 2 threads, pull up a loop. This will keep it in front instead of wrapping around the side, and then go through the top of your chain and go through all 3. Now see how it comes right down to the very end. Doesn't look exactly the same, but it keeps it from going in back. You don't want it in back. You want to keep it in front. Okay? Then we chain 1 and turn. And we do single crochet all across the back. Make sure you go in the very first stitch. Get to the end. I'm going to go in top of the stitch. Chain 2 and turn. Okay. Now from now on, it's just going down into the top of the front post we already did. We've got the stitch goes on top of it. If you look, you can see that the single crochets are right over, or the holes of the single crochets are right over the top of each post. That makes it really simple. You wrap, you go under the post, make sure you get all of the little strands here. See these guys here? You want to make sure you have the last ones too, all 4 of them. Everybody's got to come to the party. You pull it up as higher than the top of your single crochet. Go in your stitch, pull up a loop. What you're doing is you're making a double front post and a single crochet in back at the same time. This is what creates your thermal. So you wrap, go into your front post, pull up a loop, make sure it's higher than your single crochet, pull a loop through 2 loops, that finishes this post part, then bring a loop through the stitch in back of it, that's your single part, and put them together. So it's wrap, go under, make your front post, pull it up, bring a loop through 2 loops, go in that hole, pull up 1 loop, and pull through all 3. So your back is a single, your front is a double front post. Okay, so it's really simple. Make sure you get all 4 of those pieces there. If you're not careful, you'll have some of them caught and some of them not. And it won't be a even looking piece. Okay. All right. Now, it is very quick. It works up well. So all you have to do is make sure, 1, you don't crochet tight, because you want it to be a loose, comfortable piece. Whether it's wrapping around you as a blanket or being a hat or a scarf. If you find out that you made it too tight, well, you got a built-in trivet. Just make it a nice big trivet for the table. That'll work. Or if you have a small cat, you can make it big enough for your cat or your chihuahua. But do try to make it soft and supple. Okay? Now, you can already feel how thick this is. See that? You actually have a double thickness there. I'm going to go on down and get to the end of this. Oh, I've got some coffee brewing. It smells so good. Mm. I live on a main street. That's why you keep hearing traffic. And this is a Saturday morning, so there isn't as much traffic as there is during the week. I'd like to do it all on a Sunday morning, but we have a motorcycle club that lives in the city down by the beach, and we are between them and a main north-south freeway, and they're always going on outings. And when they do, they use El Segundo Boulevard for their exit and entrance, and we get motorcycle batches of big motorcycles all day on Sundays. I want to show you something here. I'm getting a rollout. See this rollout on the side? So, and I should have done it here. Can't really do it here. That's just actually tethered the way it's supposed to be. But I'm going to take and tether this to this area over here. So I'm going to wrap. I'm going to go over here, probably here. Tether those together like that. Then I'm going to come back and go through my top stitch here. Oh, I don't like that. The tethering works, but I should have done it on this one down here too. See that? This one doesn't go out like that. Okay, I'm gonna have to undo all of this. Start over. Okay, now this is something that you're going to need to do, or just leave these off the end altogether. You need to find a way to bring this in. I'm going to come over here to the side, find some place along here that's can hold on to this. I'm going to go through it. No, that's too. Needs it more vertical. There we go. How about you? Go through my double. Not the right one? Not the right one. That's the right one. Beginnings are hard. Okay, let me bring through there. We're bringing it in closer. If we don't, then we're going to have a huge gap there. So we're going to have to tether it to this edge on the end on every one of these, okay? All right. Okay, I've got my 5 layers all cabled in front and single crochet in back. Okay. Now, the edge on the top and the bottom look exactly the same on this, so you don't really have to put an edge on it. If you want to, you can go any kind of edge you feel like, depending on whether you're doing a blanket or a rug or a trivet. For a trivet, I would use a crab stitch, where you keep the front facing you instead of turning it at the end. You go through the stitch you just came out of, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn, pull through both stitches. Then you back up to the next stitch. Go through, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn, come through both loops. Goes back to the next stitch, back to the next stitch, just like that. Kind of cool, you don't have to turn it over, especially if it's a big blanket. It's kind of nice, you don't have to mess with that. Yeah, see? That's pretty. I like that. I'll probably end up doing my little swatch that way. Another way, if you turn this, you chain one and turn, and you just do slip stitches. I'll show you what happens when you do just a slip stitch in the edge like this on the back of the material. You end up with a two-sided edge, both facing out. Now see, you have the slip stitches facing you on this side. And you turn it over, and you have the top of these here that have been turned out so that they face you. So you have it out this way, and you have them out this way. One side's the slip stitch, and one side is the actual top of your stitches. Because when you do a slip stitch, you're pulling back on the shaft, like this. When you pull back on the shaft, it makes the top turn to face you. See? Okay. Now, if you want a slip stitch to give it a firmer edge, but you don't want that effect, you can do a barred slip stitch. And a barred slip stitch, you draw the yarn towards you. Go in, pull it through, just like a slip stitch, but you're holding the thread so it can't get in the way. So you bring the thread forward, go through your hole, hold it, pull. Okay, so it's draw, go through, hold it, pull it, draw, go through, hold it, through and through, draw, go through, hold it, through and through. Keep catching my yarn. It doesn't make it look very nice when you catch your yarn. See, it's really not slow to do, it just has to get used to it. And you end up with this kind of a look. Your top is straight up. See where I split my thread? Your top is straight up, so you don't see the top from this side, and you don't see the top from the back. You have this kind of, it looks like it's kind of wrapped and folded on the bottom. That's because you're taking this thread and you're pulling it through to the other side. I like that too. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this swatch aside and start on the next one. Now the next one, you go ahead and do your 20 or 21 stitches, and make sure you make it nice and loose. Remember, loose is key. It's the key to everything on starting these. Very loose like that. You know, I'm not putting any pressure on this yarn at all, just enough to keep it from falling off the hook, and that's it. Okay, so you go ahead and make that, and then make your half doubles all the way down the back humps like we did on the first one, and then we'll come back and see how we do the second one. Okay, alrighty, I'll see you then. Okay, are you ready, Freddy? Okay, we start this off by going through these first two little claws down here, the back of the stitch that went through our last chain. So we're going to wrap, and we're going to go through those two little claws, pull up a loop, wrap and pull through two loops, and then we're going to go into the stitch that goes right into it. Let me explain that. When you look at the top, you see how each stitch wraps around the stitch in front of it? That stitch is the shaft that we're going behind. So this stitch actually belongs to that shaft, not the one behind it. Okay? So we're going to wrap. We're going to go into the stitch that belongs to the shaft we just went around. Like that. So we're going to post around the half doubles below, come through 2 loops, wrap. We're not doing single crochets this time, we're doing half doubles. Wrap and go into that stitch that belongs to the shaft. Pull through 2, pull through all 3. Wrap, go around the next one, go through the stitch that belongs to it, go through 2 of those loops, go through all 3 loops. So it's wrap, go around the post, pull up a loop, wrap, pull through 2 loops, wrap, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, wrap, go through 2 loops. Now you have 3 on the loop, hook, and you go through all 3. Okay? So that's what we're doing all the way down. Okay. Here's the last, the second to the last, I should say. This is the last obvious wraparound. And there's only 1 stitch left, and that's the one that goes to it. So we're going to go through that stitch. Whoops. I'm going to wrap, go through that stitch, come up through 2, come up through 3. Chain 2 and turn. Now, okay, to start with on the end, we're going to wrap. We're going to go down through these 2 crow's feet here. Pull them up. Go through 2, wrap. Go through the stitch that belongs to this end. Right here. Bring it through 2, bring it through 3. Now, wrap. When you go behind these crow's feet now, you're going to actually all 3 strands. See there? This is actually the half double that you're going through. You're leaving the double on the front and going to the half double on the back. So you wrap, you go under there, under the feet, but you're getting all 3 strands there, so it's nice and easy to do. Pull through 2, wrap, go through the stitch and back, and again, if you're in doubt, look at the stitch that's going around the shaft. You're going around this, that's the stitch that belongs to it. Never get lost. Pull this loop, through 2, go through that stitch, pull through 2, pull through 3, wrap, underneath, pull up the stitch, pull through 2 loops, wrap, go in the stitch that belongs to it, pull through 2 loops, pull through 3. That'll make a really thick comforter. We're going to have some pretty good winters. We really are. We're going to have some pretty good winters. Outside of global heating, we're having more of a winter fest here. The end here. Okay. This is the double. The half double, I should say. Coming into it, bringing up the loop. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to find the stitch that we didn't use yet, the one that goes into it, right there. Come on. I don't need all 3 of you, just 2, thank you. Sometimes you can't get everybody to join you, and sometimes everybody wants to join the party. Alrighty. There we go. And we chain 2 and turn. Now we got the same situation. Okay. Brought this up in there, didn't I? There we go. Okay. Now we start by going through the 2 little claw feet on the end. And away we go again. It's just that simple. Go behind the half double. Wrap, go behind your half double. Bring up a loop. Go through 2 loops. Wrap. Go in the stitch that belongs to it. Pull it through 2 loops. There we go. The only time it's difficult is when at the beginning and end when you're trying to go through those 2 little claw feet. Okay. See there? On this side you have these here. On this side you have the line. On this side you have the long ones. On this side you have the line. So you don't get gaps. You don't get places where that cold air can sneak through. All right. Have you guys got it now? You see how it's different from the other one. And you can feel how it's thicker because you can feel the other one and see the difference. Okay, see there? Feel it. Oh, nice. Thicker than this one. This one feels a little denser, but this one feels thicker. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go through the end of this, turn around and come back. I'm going to do 5 rows on this one too. Okay, guys. This is the 5 rows, and you can see it is definitely higher than the one that came down, because we're not coming all the way down. So these 5 rows here equals 4 inches. Okay, this equals 5 inches. So these are actually an inch a row. So if you're going to make this 12 inches, you have 9 inches this way. So you want to make, and you want to make it 12. 12 is pretty big, huh? Anyway, if you wanted to make a 12-inch one, you would make 28 stitches. That'll give you 12 inches, because this is 9. And a third of 9 is 3. A third of 21 is 7, so you add 21 onto this. 28 stitches. 5 rows, 12. Where are we? There we go. 5 rows equals 5 inches, so 12 rows equals 12 inches. That's really easy to figure out. So it would be 28 by 12 for a 12-incher. And I didn't finish this one off. I'm going to leave this the way it is. This sampler, I wanted to see how it would look all the way with the crab stitch. I really like the crab stitch on it. That'll make a nice finish for its rivet. I just realized something with this camera. See here how wide this looks and how narrow that looks? It's the way the camera is. It's got like a bow effect in it. Okay. So this one is 4 inches high. So if you wanted 12 rows for this one, you would need 15 rows for this one. 5 rows equals 4 inches. 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 times 5 is 15. So you need 15 rows of this one. Okay? Now, okay, so you chain 1 this time. So this is going to be single crochet height. Go through the 2 little feet on the edge like you do on the other 3 methods. Because you don't want to go all the way around the shaft on the end. Go through the stitch that belongs to the edge. There we go. Wrap. Go below the bulge up here. See this bulge? That's from the stitch on the other side. go below it, wrap, put no tension at all on the yarn so you can pull it up. Any tension at all, you're going to have trouble. Go in the stitch that belongs to this one. Okay, so we're wrapping, go below, pull up a loop, wrap and pull through two, go through the stitch with one loop, pull through all three. Doesn't look right now, but it will, I promise. Cross my heart. Okay, so that's what we do. Make sure you don't do the same one twice because it is backed off a little bit. Now see, I tend to want to go through that one. That's the one we used on the last one. This is the one that goes around the shaft we just went around. This is the one we want. It's out front, so you don't have to look for it. If you're looking for it, you're getting the wrong one. That easy. Okay. Wrap, go around the bulge down there. Don't put any tension on your yarn and pull up. This first line is the pistol. After that, no problem whatsoever. No difficulties, smooth sailing. Okay. So we're doing our long front post with a single crochet on the top. Chain one and turn. Now we're just going to be going through these down here. So on this end one, I want to make sure I go to the top of it. Pull up, go through two. Now these are getting pulled down on the back here because you have more tension on the back. No matter how hard you pulled, you end up with more tension. So all your stitches are actually facing the back. So you want to dive down into that hole, straight down, and that'll give you both of those stitches, both of the threads on the front stitch. Okay? Okay, so we wrap, go down in here, pull up a loop, here we go, just like we did on the others. Go through the back, pull up your loop. I'm stuck, I got caught, there we go. Pull it up, pull through two loops, dive down that divot, pull up a loop, pull through two. Since we're doing single crochets, don't forget and wrap on that back. Okay, go in, grab it, pull it up, pull through two, dive down the hole, whoops, wrong hole, dive down the hole, pull up a loop, pull through all three. There you have. So, you go ahead and do the rest of this. Every row's the same. It's just repeat, repeat. It's repeat, repeat, and repeat. Okay, yeah, I like the thickness of this. Okay, see you later. Okay, I'm on the second to the last one. Here's my last stitch. This is the one next to it. It gets a little more crowded on the end, so you check it from the end in. Now we pull it out, pull this out, make sure we've got the last full stitch. Remember, it's going to be kind of facing behind us. And chain one. Now before you do another row, you turn it over and see how neat and even it is. You know you didn't add any stitches. You know that you didn't put two stitches in one of these or skip one because there's a stitch in every single one. That'll keep you from having to frog it out later. and get halfway here and say, oh my goodness, look what I did. Have to frog all that out. So that's the way you do that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish doing 5 rows. I'm going to start with this one. The one that disappears, not the one that has the bumps on it. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to count 5 up, and I'll be back. Okay, our final thickness. What do you think of it, guys? Nice, nice, nice. This is great for the floor. A pet pad, a tootsie pad. Got these cold cement floors or cold linoleum floors. Ooh boy, nice. But it's thick enough and it's strong enough that you could actually use it for a pet pad outside on the cement. If you're going to use it outside during the winter, I would suggest making it out of plarn. The plarn won't develop any pests in it, and you can use a hose and just steam clean it, just splash clean it. Okay, now I did a different edge on this. It's a variation of a slip stitch. I haven't done it in my ends yet. I just wanted to get them out of the way. Okay. Now this variation is like this. Go through the same stitch you came out of, pull up a loop. Go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, and pull that through both of them. That's all there is to it. You're doubling a slip stitch through and through. That's all it is. Through the same one you just came out of, through the next one, and bring it through both. And for the end, see? That's what it looks like on the front, on the way that's facing you. And this is what it looks like behind. So it depends on how you want it to look. You could do this on the back. You can make it on the back, and it'll do this on the front. You can make it on the front, and this is what it'll look like. Very different look on both sides. Just a variation on the slip stitch. It sure makes a nice pad. Okay. Excuse me. Now this is 4 inches, just like our first one. So, and because it's triple thick, it actually takes 10 rows to make 5 rows. So these 5 rows are 10s. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, anyway, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. Okay, 9. 9 rows. 4 in the back, 5 in the front. Okay. So you would need a whole lot of yarn. A whole lot of yarn. If you're going to make something big. I would use it for small areas, for feet, for pets. You don't want to make, well, maybe you do want to make a big rug out of it, but it's not suitable for a blanket. This one I did a different kind of, a different version of the slip stitch too. See how it looks kind of almost like that on the back. So I was thinking if I did it the other way around, that would be a nice front for it. I'll show you how I do that one. You go from the front, you have your thread behind you. Don't get your thread trapped. You go from back and front, grab your thread. Then you go through the same hole that it's coming out of, go through and grab it around. So what you're doing is you're actually wrapping the thread around that, and then you pull it through both loops. So you go back to front, grab your thread, front to back in the same hole, grab your thread and pull it through both loops. Back to front, front to back, pull it through both loops. Back to front, front to back, pull it through both loops. There's such an incredible amount of things that you can do with stitches that we haven't even started on yet. Every time you see someone with the new pattern, it's the same stitches, just a different way to combine them or do something with them. And we really haven't scratched the surface of what these stitches are capable of. Wonderful. I love the creativity of crochet. Okay, so that's how it looks in front, and that's how it looks in back. You can make thermals out of anything. Just that piece. You've heard of the bean stitch? Look how thick and dense this is. This is the bean stitch, just pulling out a little farther and going extra stitches. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's one on the inside, 8. See that? That's just going in and wrapping it, and in and wrapping it, and in and wrapping it, and doing it like 4 or 5 times, and you have this big, thick thermal bean stitch that you could do something with. You can make thermal stitches out of anything. I want to add a quick something in here. This is a regular 4-ply worsted weight, crocheted with a G-hook. This is 3-ply sports yarn, also crocheted with the G-hook. See how thin it is and how pretty much nothing it is? I don't knit, but everybody knows I crochet, and I get yarn all different kinds, sizes, skeins, partial skeins, full skeins, single colors, and sometimes I get this sports yarn and I don't know what to do with it, so usually I will put it together with a thicker yarn and crochet it in with it. But I want to show you something. Look at this. Let me take this out. Here we go. Look at this. Thick, dense, soft, firm, solid. Okay. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed watching with me. And I'd like to see you try some of these. I really would. So, take care, guys. Happy hooking.